Welcome to episode 7 of Pull No Punches, where we're talking about finances, marriage, and money. I am Josh.
And I'm Lauren. And man, this is a controversial topic that often leads to pretty passionate debates among couples and marriages. I was looking at some different stats, and what I found was that arguing over personal finance issues every week increases the likelihood of divorce by more than 30%. Wow. A couple of other ones.
That's crazy.
Only 43% of people have combined their money. So married couples, only 43% of those married couples have combined their finances. So less than 50% of people have combined finances in their marriage.
That's even more crazy. I mean, I didn't really realize that until we actually were adults and married and hear about these people that they're like, oh yeah, no, we split. Like he pays the mortgage and she pays the utilities.
Yeah.
And I keep everything else to myself and I buy everything myself and we don't spend any money. Like,
I'm pretty sure we looked at people cross-eyed when they told us that. Like, what?
Yeah,
we didn't know there was another way to do things.
No, just because, I don't know. It's just biblically, that's how we were taught and that's how we grew up. And that's how I saw my parents and you probably saw your parents. Mm-hmm. Just open a whole new world.
Yeah.
A whole new world.
Beautiful voice.
Thank you.
And last one, money is the leading cause of stress in marriages, with 41% of people identifying financial issues as the most significant source of strain in their relationship.
I can feel that one.
So almost 50% of people that they asked, almost half of them said that money is the leading cause.
I feel that one.
Strain.
I mean, just today. Let's talk about today. We have started a new business and we're phasing another business out and starting this one up. And I stress about the future and I stress about money and I stress about how we're going to feed the kids and I stress about life in general. And you are really good at not. Mm-hmm. I'm not. I wear it all here and then it just comes out and I don't know how to show it. And, but I know, along these lines, money was an issue that I stress about.
Yeah.
Not necessarily do I need a lot of money to be comfortable. I don't care about that. I want to make sure that the kids are okay.
Of course. Yeah.
Bills are paid and we're fine.
Yeah. And I get that, but I think it's a little bit different because you were stressed about your family. I think a lot of times what these statistics are talking about is how the money's handled.
Okay.
When you don't have combined finances, there's stress on how it's handled, who's spending what. You're spending too much on this or that, or you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
A little bit stressful.
Like I paid the mortgage and I have money left over and you don't have any money to go out with your girls, so you're stuck at home.
Yeah.
Why go out with the boys?
Right.
I can see that.
Yep. So obviously, as you guys can probably tell, we combine everything. There's absolutely nothing that's separate, but there's 57% of people do not combine their finances. So what would you say, like when you think about it, why wouldn't people combine their finances?
People are self-dependent and people are taught to care about themselves these days. Mm-hmm. But when I think about it, I think about trust issues. Mm-hmm. I think about selfishness. Mm-hmm. People that make more money want to spend the money that they, make.
Yeah.
That's theirs.
They keep it to themselves.
Right.
Yeah. I made this, I get to spend it type thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Rather than thinking about the whole team as itself. We mentioned that a couple times. Like we're a team. That's how we think, we move, we operate.
One that I consistently saw was like conflicting money management. So basically they couldn't mutually decide on a way to manage money. So people kept stuff separately. That was their solution. Yeah. Interesting. We're both like,
We did say 30% end in divorce.
Right.
That's really high. On top of the already 40 to 45%, almost 50.
Right. Because when I think about it, if you're managing your money separately, that's supposedly the solution, but there's got to be 10 more problems that come with managing it separately
Yeah, that's crazy. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't.
Yeah. I know it's kind of mind boggling.
It blows my mind that people do. I guess, if you're listening to this, I message us. I would love to hear what your thoughts are.
Yeah.
To me, it's just, we move through everything. So whether it's a conflict, we move together, we settle it together. Mm-hmm. So if it's a money decision that we need to make, hey, do we need to put work into your car or my car or our car? It's our car, both of them. It's a decision that we do together rather than saying, hey, I spent all my money on fixing something or doing something and I need some of yours.
Right. I mean, the bottom line for me is that if you don't have a mutual trust in each other to handle finances together, I mean, you're in a marriage, right? If you don't have a mutual trust to track each other's finances or trust that they're going to be handled appropriately with each other.
Right.
I don't know. It's still kind of mind boggling to think about it that way. I mean, I know people have some pretty strong arguments and, of why they do that. But, and we also run businesses together. So, handling finances separately would
not be good.
Never be a solution for us, but, or if we work separately, it wouldn't be a solution for us either, but
no.
Yeah. I think people have some pretty strong opinions about that.
And like I said, I'm all ears. I want to hear it because I have strong opinions the other way.
Of course. Yeah.
So I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I think it's very selfish of people. I don't think they're working together. I just don't. I mean, and some people have made it work. And I've heard of a lot of stories that a lot of people haven't made it work. And those, unfortunately, are the stories that we do hear because it's the negatives and we see it outwardly because they do end in divorce.
Yeah.
But it's the ones that are actually making it work. Good for you if you are.
Yeah.
I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
But if you're making it work and you're working with your family and that's what works for you guys, I would love to hear it.
Yeah, that's why we're talking about it.
I would absolutely love to hear it.
Well, along those lines, I had to kind of research some of this stuff, like talk to different people about how they do keep things separated. The obvious one we do is combine everything. Some people combine savings, but keep separate checking accounts. Some people, keep everything separate. So what the wife brings in is her money to spend, and what the husband brings in is his money to spend. And then, like you said before, some people do like the husband pays the mortgage, the wife pays the utilities, and then, whatever they make is what they get to spend. I don't know.
I just see so many problems. Like I already see so many problems like arising with our marriage.
Yeah.
Like if you, because we wrote underneath you, we're starting to make more money for the past 4 years. And it's like, oh, you get to go do everything you want. And I've put aside stuff and we've wrote under you and we've done stuff and now I'm not making as much money and I don't get to go play golf anymore.
Right.
While you're Brian Prada bat,
but you're still working just as hard.
Yeah. That's just
at different things.
I can just see animosity bringing into it now. Like
we'll talk about
jealousy.
Competitiveness from our last podcast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That goes into play too.
Right. And I see the competitiveness of one trying to, make more money than the other. But when one's not, there's a lot of stuff that can just start building up in that marriage and relationship.
Yeah. 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 So we kind of already talked about how we handle things. It was literally, we didn't even think about different options when we got married. And I would definitely think we are in like a small percentage of people. And this is not to say that we've run into issues that are different from other marriages and other couples too, that maybe they don't experience, but this is an issue we have never run into. We stress about money, but we've never run into... I
stress about money. You don't stress about money. You're like, you want to go buy this? Go buy this. I'm like, babe, we're over budget now. No, it's okay. We'll take care of it.
But like I said, we have never... I can't even think of an instance where we struggled with making decisions about how to handle our financials, combining them.
No.
Having one account or, mutual accounts together.
Right. We got married and 2 days later went on a vacation. And the day after we got married, we combined everything.
Yeah. 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 And I didn't look up stats on this, but I would say we're probably in like a very small, like 5% of people that have never disagreed or argued about how the finances should be handled, especially when you're newly married.
Right. Yeah. Oh, my brain's so analytical. I have everything written down of all of our expenses.
Yeah.
To the penny.
Right. Right.
Of understanding where our money's coming from and how much we have left over and where we can spend it and how we can spend it.
Right.
So it makes the decision making a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
The decisions are, hey, we have a little extra money, go do what you want to do.
Yeah, we have it or we don't. And we track it. I mean, we obsessively almost track, where our accounts are at. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, it's a good thing for both of our brains. But we're constantly thinking about it because it's important. And we don't want to get to that point where it becomes the largest point of contention between us.
Right. I don't ever want it to be that.
Yeah. But yeah, for us, it was, we got married and there was no question that's how it was going to be. And so again, we were just shocked to hear that was not the norm. Apparently it really wasn't the norm.
Well, we had some friends across the street. They're like, oh no, we split everything. And that was the first time we heard it.
Yeah.
We're like, what? How do you make that? I still don't understand
I still don't
it hurts
understand
my brain.
I know.
I just don't want to argue about that. And speaking along those lines, like just the trust aspect, it just allows you to do things and hide things from a spouse that's not open.
Yeah.
Like that.
I think
that would
that's
be
where
like,
we struggle with it.
That would be like me having 7 passwords on my phone.
Mm-hmm. You
can't read any of my texts. You can't read any of my DMs. You can't read any of my emails. You can't do any of that. You just have to trust that I'm doing everything okay, which we've got to the point like you would. But my phone's an open book. Like, go look at it. If you feel like something was wrong, go.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how that works with a bank.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, like, you're my best friend, you're my partner. Like, I don't need to say, hey, you're allotted $80 and I'm allotted 20. Like, if we have 200 left over and you have something that you need to do and it costs 150, right. I'm willing to budge whatever, the person needs or wants or is, necessary to buy. Right. So like, I'm going to say, well, I have to keep this for myself. Like, or if, you needed the whole 200, that's just, I don't know. I can't wrap my head around feeling like the money that you make is yours.
Be tough.
I mean, that's a pretty bold thing to say, but
yeah,
it's true. I've never thought that. It's for my family. It's for us.
As a guy, I'd get very frustrated because we want to be the bread makers, we want to bring the money home. We want to be able to say, hey, here, honey, go have fun.
Yeah.
But when it's not, I would struggle.
Yeah.
I would struggle.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I guess vice versa. We could look at people that do have shared accounts. Mm-hmm. One makes all the money, one spends all the money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Different dichotomy.
But at the same time, they can both, people that do that, they can both see what's going on. They can both, understand. And if something is going awry, they can have a conversation about it. If something's going bad in a separated account for who knows how long, that can't be fixed if both people can't see it. Right. And that could spiral out of control.
And what if someone has a gambling problem or a drinking problem and they're spending all the money on the side and now that one's in debt, but you have no idea.
Yeah.
And now one's occurring. Yeah.
It's a pretty intense topic to talk about. I'm not saying that people
went down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Not to say people with separated accounts have gambling problems or drinking problems, but I mean, you just think about those things. You want to, for me,
it allows those sins to creep in and take foot.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Rather than someone having some accountability of something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It is our goal to keep as many of those possibilities away as possible.
For sure. You're my accountability partner and teammate.
Yep. Always. Whether you like it or not.
Oh boy. No, I love it.
I mean, this is definitely a topic that is interesting for us to talk about because we really don't have experience with the alternative.
Right. But I will tell you, the way we do it, we do not argue about it. We never have argued about it. That is not, that is a statistic that would never, ever come up in a week-long argument or something went down the road and it was like, hey, what do you guys, what's going on?
Yeah.
They're never going to say.
I would never ask if I could have my own account or credit card or for any reason.
And if you did, there's a big issue that I need to figure out why.
Yeah, I know. I will say the only hard part is it's very difficult to buy each other Christmas presents and birthday presents without the other person knowing.
Well, shoot, we share an Amazon account. I can just look up the orders.
Exactly.
I know Jeff's got 3 kids that delivers her Amazon. I know him by heart. He shows up every day. I just got to ask what's being delivered tomorrow.
Yeah, he'll always know when I'm getting him for anything. I mean, and we work together. So we usually drive together. So I'm like, when am I going to go to the store by myself to buy my husband a present? You just always know.
Yeah. Well, you go to the store more than I do.
So anyways, that's not a problem.
Yeah,
I will say.
No. I don't go to the store ever.
It's kind of funny.
Oh, I can't even buy you a birthday card or a Mother's Day card because I'm never out and about.
I know.
But yeah, so I mean, the same thing with business is we have one account, and that business account, we have both cards and both have access to that account. So I can track the spending on QuickBooks really fast.
Well, and that's something we have to be really diligent about. We have to be on the same page about, because there's certain things that absolutely have to be run through the business. There's certain things that absolutely have to be run through personal, and you can't mix it up because it becomes really, really complicated.
Very, very quick. Yeah.
So
man, it's a heavy topic.
Wonder if we're going to get any.
I hope we
feedback.
do.
Yeah.
I hope we get some feedback. Please DM us.
Yeah.
Please tell us that you don't. If you do DM us, please tell us you don't have issues. We only want people that don't have issues, that have been able to separate the accounts. Because I truly want to hear that. I want to understand how you make it work.
Yeah.
Why you make it work. Had there been any animosity in that, thoughts through it? Yeah. Curious, no judgment.
Yeah, just pure curiosity. Honestly.
So shoot us a DM if that's the case. And we'd love to just shoot some text back and forth and learn.
Yeah.
Always learning. So that was finance. A little bit about the insights of us and how we kind of don't separate things.
Yeah.
And how we work together. And, the big point of everything that we do is a team, and we function 100%. As a team.
Teamwork.
We want to pull the rope together and not separate apart.
Yeah. So
talk about the next episode.
It's kind of like a heavy topic. So episode 8, we are going to introduce love languages.
5 love languages.
Yeah.
You haven't read the book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Recommend it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep. So we're going to break down the different love languages and how they resonate with us. Different things like, are they important? Is one more important than the other? Just things like that. So
yes,
you want to be there.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's a dive. If you haven't learned about the love languages, I highly recommend it as couples. It's kind of helped us navigate how we both see love, feel love, and show love
to each other.
It's been kind of mind opening, I guess you could say, because one learns differently than the other, and we usually outwardly express our love language the way we learn it. So,
and it's important to know what the other one, what our spouse's love languages are.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's how I feel loved, and that's how you feel loved. And if I'm showing you mine, you're not feeling them. Yeah. So we'll dive into that.
And this is a lot more fun than finances. So.
Yeah. No arguing. It's all about love and how you can better off your marriage, your relationship with your spouse, your partner, your friend.
Yeah.
So tune in next week